Hey, Mr. Coleman and all of our fans. It's us, the Power Team, composed of Julie Granberg, Julie Clayton, Joe, last name escapes me, Maeve Cronin.
It's Fulham, by the way.
It's Fulham, okay. Wait, I knew that. All right, so we're going to be discussing Bloodchild today, which we all had a very interesting opinion on. So our first thing we're going to discuss is what our initial reaction was. So, someone.
Well, my initial reaction, just based on what we did in class right away, was that it was kind of creepy, kind of weird. It's definitely a sci-fi thing, so I definitely got that vibe from it with the whole alien situation. But as it went on, it made a little more sense as far as like actual people goes. But I would still say it was kind of just a weird vibe.
Well, I was personally really confused, so shout out to you for explaining these aliens, because I never would have got that if you did not tell us. And I was just extremely confused in the beginning, but once you explained it, I kind of got it, and just the rest, just weird. I don't really know how to explain it.
My initial reaction was I was confused reading the first 3 or 4 pages, but once the plot picked up, I kind of grasped a better understanding of it and why the humans were there for the aliens and why the aliens needed to rely on the humans.
Yeah, we all definitely agree it's a strange story and kind of has a very interesting role reversal where the aliens are more dominant than the humans, which isn't really the case in reality since we don't know if they exist or not, but that's kind of what we all got from it. And then I think piecing it together with all of our points of view, we kind of understand it more than we did initially, but it was interesting. Okay.
I think one thing that stood out the most was the weird family relationship they have going on with who got the eggs and who didn't, and how the father was acting like a kid, I guess.
Yeah. And we were discussing that Gan originally didn't want the egg, and his sister really seemed to want it, which was kind of not what they do. They normally impregnate the men, but his opinion towards being impregnated changed throughout the whole story. From it started with kind of acceptance, because he always got the eggs to drink and become stronger, and then once he witnessed a birth, he was like, oh my gosh, I don't want that to be me. And then he thought of sacrificing his sister, and then kind of was like, heck no, it's gonna be me, I'll impregnate myself. But I mean, I thought that was interesting.
I don't think he understood the impregnate part until he actually witnessed it. He just thought he was part of the family until he witnessed the giving birth of the creature things.
Creature things.
Well, I think he kind of knew he was going to get impregnated because he knew he got an egg while the whole family had to share one.
Yeah.
So, I think he knew it was coming. He just didn't know what exactly that meant.
Yeah, he knew it was his role, but didn't know what would what actually comes out of it until he witnessed I think Lomas giving birth, and all of the slaughtering that went on and the blood. He was just really freaked out, and he vomited because he'd never seen anything like that. But
Yeah, and I feel okay, so at the end when it's after he's impregnated, and he's saying oh, did you want it to be me? What did he say? Do you care? Do you care that it's me? I feel that was kind of part of his decision to not sacrifice his sister as well, because he was kind of, I feel it showed a little bit of an emotional side towards the end where he was oh, I'm special, she wants to pick me. And earlier in the story he said he was always her favorite growing up too, and there was the whole part where they mentioned that she picked him when he was an infant and chose him over his brother, and so I think that played into it as well.
yeah, because once it was sort of a thought in their mind that she was just okay, fine, then I'll give your sister the egg, he was kind of wait.
Yeah.
No, I want it to be me. And I don't know if that was selfish of him or kind of that he felt he wanted Tigatoy to like him the best. I think that kind of factored into it too, that he wanted to be the one to please her, and I don't know why that is, because he knows
He wants to feel special.
yeah, well,
I think he wanted to take the egg from his sister because he didn't want to see his sister go through the pain
that's
of
true.
Giving birth.
I think he just wanted to feel special, and then he even asked Tigatoy, he says, Well, he basically just asked her, would you have picked my sister? And Tigatoy says yeah. So then I think that factored in, and he's like, okay, well, I want to do it. Like, I want to prove to you that I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Why do you guys think like the mother felt resentment towards Tigatoy in the beginning? You know, like how it said like they
She
grew
was
up
weird.
together,
Yeah.
and then the mom like all of a sudden was like acting really like salty towards Tigatoy.
I think the mom realized what was happening, like what was gonna happen to Gon soon, because I guess she knew that Lomos was gonna give birth to these creatures soon, and she didn't want her son to be the next to be giving birth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was worried for him, and didn't want him to grow up.
Yeah, that's true.
Or she was just resentful because she knew Tigatoy was, like, not a higher power, but was above her, and she knew what would happen, and there's no way to, like, stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I. Oh, sorry.
No. Oh, okay. Well, you know when like Tigatoy like stung the mother with the
Sedative.
yeah
stuff.
this
The sting.
yeah that, and then the mom was like kind of drunk and she was like, oh you'll never have him or something, like basically saying like he's like mine. Like I think it's because she felt like a motherly like protective over him, and that Tigatoy was kind of impeding on that, like trying to get in between it by like impregnating him and making him hers or whatever. It was very strange dynamic.
I think the whole thing is strange.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
It's, not
It's just
that
hard to
part.
grasp because it's not like what we go through every day. Like we're obviously not. We don't have aliens surrounding
Yeah, what if you were
us.
I
pregnant?
hope you get pregnant,
God.
Joe.
Oh, no.
Oh, that escalated.
He looks nervous right now.
I'm very nervous right now. I feel like I'm getting attacked.
Sorry.
Imagine like little alien baby.
Ew, stop. Oh my god. One thing I was thinking about though, so they said that towards the end, they said that the dad was impregnated by Tigatoy too, right? Did they
Oh.
say that? I thought they did.
I
could be
think
wrong.
actually no, I think you're right.
Yeah, so I feel like
Ooh, this is some weird stuff.
yeah, so that part's really weird in itself.
I think the whole
But then-
dad situation is weird. I
Yeah,
don't like
right?
him.
Dead
And then
too.
the mom, like, yeah, he plays such a
He's
small
dead.
role. And then I almost wondered if the mom was close with Tigatoy when she was young, and then the dad came into the picture, and the mom saw what was going on and kind of became aware of it.
Well,
'Cause
I don't
mean,
like
if
the
she's
dad,
with
so.
the dad, like,
The
obviously
dad
she
wasn't
saw
even
the-
in it.
He's
How did
dead.
you
He was
not
dead.
like
He was in
it?
the beginning and he ate the eggs. He took it from his kids.
Oh well, yeah, that was just a
Oh,
reflection.
yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So
like,
I
I feel like the
I feel
dad
like
just
maybe the mom
didn't really have a part in this kid's life.
Yeah. It's
Not a
weird
good father
that
figure.
you said that actually,
Like, the
because the
mother
dad
did
is the
everything.
one that gave birth, but doesn't have a part in anyone's life. It's just
Yeah.
Maybe
kinda
he ate
strange.
the eggs because he feels he gave birth, so it's like
he deserves
he did
it.
this. Yeah, he deserves
Yeah.
it.
Or maybe it's
Wait,
Tigatoy giving him the egg, knowing that he's gonna have to give birth to these creatures, and the
No, we
human-
meant the dad.
What dad?
The dad ate the
He's
eggs too.
dead.
But in the beginning, it literally says
But,
he
like,
eats
they
the
have, like,
eggs.
a
Oh yeah, no,
throwback.
he
Yeah, the throwback. He
Throwback.
eats the eggs.
This is funny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He needs the eggs to
Yeah.
to get nutrients to
Mhm.
bear these creatures.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, now that we're kind of on this topic, I think the mom gave birth to Gan and his sister, but then who did the dad give birth to?
He gives birth to
To the
aliens.
creatures.
Oh, okay.
It's like the
The
mom
aliens.
does humans and the dad
oh yeah,
does
those little
aliens.
the grub.
So
The
weird.
worms.
Yeah.
Let's grub.
A
That's
grub.
all I was thinking about.
Imagine being a
Grub. I
human
think of
and
those
just-
little grubs you find in the garden. Like, do you guys have gardens at home? Like, you have like
Yeah.
a vegetable garden and like those little gross grubs that eat everything. Oh, it's so
No, but you know
That's
how
probably
people
what
say,
they
let's
that's
grub.
what they're referring
That's
to.
what I
Like,
think.
let's-
Let's
grub.
grub. That's rising.
That's gonna
I
like
don't
that's
know.
gonna
Like,
creep me
what?
out from now on.
Yeah,
Whenever she's like,
never
let's go
said again.
grub, I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
No thanks. I don't want to
grub.
grub anything.
I think that's the part that shocked me the most. I was like horrified.
What, the grub part?
Yeah.
I know
Oh,
that-
when Lomas was giving birth.
I think I'm like
Yeah.
personally victimized by that.
I was
now.
like, if someone tries to cut me open and put my baby inside an animal, like,
yeah.
Oh,
we're
Like,
done.
there's got to be a less invasive way to do that.
I know. Like,
I think this whole thing is just invasive. It's a very like
well, what's it like
provocative
for
story.
Lomas after? Like, is he gonna survive if he does survive?
I think he's dead. That's why
Yeah.
Tigatoy is trying to impregnate Gon now.
Oh, I was like, does he survive this and have like this horrible thing? Like, I had worms pulled out of me and put into
Ooh.
someone, and oh god, okay.
Also, Speaking about the end of the story, you know when like Gon had the gun and he was kind of just holding it,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Tegatoy.
I thought he was gonna kill himself.
I
was
thought
so.
I thought
confused.
he was gonna
It was
kill
something
her
literal.
and himself.
No, but he had it pointed
Yeah,
at his
he
chin.
had
It
it-
says like at his
yeah.
own chin. I'm like, here
I
we
was
go.
like, oh shit. Oh,
It
shit.
seemed like he was like first thinking of her and then like put it up to his chin and was like, and then but like how did he? I was confused as to how Tegatoy knew like he was even thinking of like shooting her because she goes, oh, don't even think of shooting me or something like that, and it made her nervous.
Maybe she knew that it was like.
Maybe she's blind.
Maybe she knows how crappy it is for them to have to do this, you know, and she feels bad almost.
She seems to have like sympathy for him and like really only him, but
Well, I think
Tigatoy
yeah.
says, I don't want you thinking any more about shooting me. And then he says, I wouldn't have shot you. So I feel like she kind of saw it coming.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I first just reacted as he was going to kill himself.
And about the, oh no, someone's starting to play the piano.
That's her music.
Background music.
Background music. Anyway, I think we should kind of talk about the author now because okay, we're gonna have to talk louder. I think we should talk about the author now because we've talked a lot about this story.
The author?
Yeah.
Oh, did you read the after part?
Yeah.
I thought that was
Okay, never mind. The piano stopped.
after, like, you read that afterward or whatever it's called, you, like, understand more. I think
Yeah.
that clarified more stuff.
It's like he gives a summary of what he talked about and what he wanted you
Yeah.
to think. Like he said he didn't want the story, or she said that she didn't want the story to seem as much as slavery, but like two
Yeah.
different peoples living together.
I didn't think of it as slavery until I read that, and I said, "Oh, I could see why someone would do this."
Yeah.
But
I kind of thought it was about not slavery, but like
Blind devotion.
why
kind of.
would they put them inside of gated community, not let them have guns, not let them have cars, not let them have anything, and it just
Scared of revolution. That's
Yeah.
what they're
yeah,
worried about.
which reminded me of
Abs-
like an internment camp
Yeah.
or something like exactly what we were talking about in class.
But internment
but-
camps weren't really slavery. They were
Yeah, I
just
know. So it's just like
being
people getting like
worried.
closed in, and it just not slavery, but like restriction. Like that's what it.
in the
Kind of
afterward, when he says, on one level, it's a love story between two very different beings, I was like very
I said
uncomfortable.
it is not a
I'm
love
like, this is
story.
weird. Like, I don't know what, because like nowhere is this like, the only part that was emotional was when he decided to get pregnant instead of his sister.
Yeah.
Because he's
Yeah,
like,
that
I don't
was-
want her going through that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like any of this was a love
I didn't.
story.
No,
I guess
definitely
Tigatoy and Gon have something
Something special.
special, which just really.
Well,
Concerns
he kind
me.
of mentions that in the story. He says, like, they feel they have a special bond because the mom gave Tigatoy Gon when he was a baby. So
Yeah.
he raised him the whole time. And he says, like, oh, if my brother was given, like, it'd be different. Like, you don't want to, like, Ailey doesn't want to be given an adult kid. Like, if you have
Yeah.
a baby, you'll raise him and you'll get this bond. Like, I feel like it's nowhere near a love bond.
Even if she did raise him, she proceeded to
Yeah.
impregnate him. So I guess
Which
it is a
is-
love thing,
Mm.
or maybe not love,
You know
but
what it reminds me
physical.
of? In Twilight.
I was gonna
hate
say
myself.
that when she had the alien,
Yeah,
the
when she had like
vampire
the
baby.
when she had the vampire baby, and then right
Yeah,
away,
like, attacks her body. She's
Taylor
like-
Lautner's character, whatever his name was like in love with her when she was a baby. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
when he
the
like
imprint-
imprinted
the
on her.
imprint.
That's the imprint.
That's what I think of.
I've never seen Twilight, so I have no input on this.
Don't
I'm
worry,
sorry.
do not
I hate Twilight. I've seen all of them.
I literally
You like had
wasn't
to see
allowed
them.
to see the last one because my mom was like, no. But I saw it with my friend.
I just think this is the weirdest story possible.
Yeah.
The
So, to wrap it up, overall, strange
weird.
story, but I think after piecing through it, we might have an understanding
I get
slash
it now.
The afterword
appreciation
The
for
effort
it.
definitely helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And like seeing his, I like seeing what he thought about it and what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
Like his whole botfly thing, I thought that was actually kind of cool. Like when he explains it, I'm like, oh.
Hmm.
Like I see this, and you're like, oh, like you hear stories about
Yeah.
like
It,
larvae
like, makes
and
a little
people.
more sense.
And it's not as like freaky. I don't know. It's still freaky, but
makes more
like
sense from,
I
like,
just
like a
I just
scientific-
like
parasite.
it more after this afterward.
I agree.
Still
Nice.
very very weird.
Still strange. Not going to be able to think of.
You can have nightmares
This
into your phone.
again.
You can actually like, rub again.
Don't know if I
Grub.
could watch this in theaters.
I couldn't.
Let's make it
Should
into
we
a
rate it
movie.
R?
Ugh. All right. Well,
All right.
See ya.
Peace out, C. Clay.
Bye.